There, the video of this sister was talking about a company meeting she went to, and they was feeding people. But boy, you need to hear her story. Let's review it.
So I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? And y'all know I don't give a fuck about who get mad. So I went to this seminar, right? And there was a lot of mixed, race people, but majority was this color. Okay.
Them folks, we got it.
It's some ladies like in the lobby part, they talking and one of them says to the other one in the.
Before I keep going, black people, please listen to me. Buy 9-volt batteries. Buy maybe 3 or 4 of them. Put it away. When that smoke detector beeps, would you please change it? What is up with black folks with that? And listen, y'all get used to the beep so much that you don't even hear it. God, that's like annoying to me. Like hearing that beep. It doesn't cost much money to get a 9-volt battery and the beep will go away. The smoke detector is there to save your life if a fire happens in the middle of the night.
Conversation about something about they don't wash their hands, and she didn't wash her hands, and I'm standing there like, I ain't hear what I heard. Did I hear that? And so they started talking about this one like, oh, she rarely wash her hands either. When she don't go to the bathroom. When she go to the bathroom, she said when she's at work, she go in the break room, and if somebody's outside the door, she turn the water on. She'll send a quick text and not wash her hands. That's what she do at the time to make somebody outside think she washed her hands.
What is it about water y'all so afraid of? You're already in the bathroom. Wash your doggone hands. Like, what? Are you afraid of soap? You afraid of water? I mean, you like fecal matter on your hands? You like pissy hands? I mean, I can't even fathom that. I mean, so somebody needs to go on and put that microscope underneath your hands and maybe can they show you the germs? But hell, I've heard some of y'all say that, well, if you get rid of all the germs, you're not going to have a defense for it. Like, and you wonder why the pandemic had took out 1.13 million Americans, because that's the number from the pandemic. 1.13 million Americans out of here. And that stuff spread because of filth. Because of filth. Well, let's continue.
In my soul, I'm cringing. I'm like throwing up in my insides for everybody that ever ate behind this, touched this phone, anything. Now we get upstairs. So you know how they had the little sandwiches, little finger foods, and all this little shit that you could get at the cause coffee, tea, all that, right? So instantly, when I heard that, I flew to every person that I saw and said, now this only because I saw the food. I said, them right there, those 3 don't wash their hands when they go to the bathroom. I heard them talking about it outside. So when they start saying that we going up here to get these little snacks, Hakuna Matata, we on them. So they going by rows. Lord have mercy, why them heifers was in the front of me in that row. Me and the other people that looked like, we giving each other the eye. And my mouth, soon as they said it was row 1, 2, they was in row 3, I'm in row 4. She said, as soon as they said row 3, and they wouldn't stand up, I stood up too. I said, can we need to go up ahead of this right here. And I just did like this, sprinkle. She was like, excuse me? I said, well, I overheard something personal in the hallway that I don't care to disclose because I'm not trying to embarrass nobody, but we need to get our food before. They looked back at me. The one in the middle that knows she said it gonna look at me and say, excuse me?
Oh boy, she had the nerve. She had the nerve to say, excuse me. But let's continue. Oh, I got a story of my own.
Saying, gave it to her on the wrist. I heard you and your friends say y'all don't wash your hands. I heard y'all say when y'all go to the bathroom that y'all turn the water on and send an imaginary text and don't wash your hands. And now I said I want to get my food before you get your food and your pissy finger ass friends. The whole room quiet as Do I give a I bet you me and us went and got our finger foods before the pissy fingers did. If you don't wash your hands, you nasty as a mother. You nasty. I don't care what color you is. You nasty.
Give the sister a hand clap for that. Yes, they are nasty. And we got to keep driving that point home and put that in the algorithm. You are nasty and you're filthy if you don't wash your hands. Your pissy hands, your poopy hands. Go wash it. Now, let's get to my story. So I'm in South Africa last month. We went to Pilanesberg National Park. They have a restaurant out there, at the end of the safari time, after we toured the Bakubong villas, we went to the restaurant. As we go to the restaurant, we say, oh, you know what? We need to use the restroom, everything, wash our hands, fine. Went to the restroom, come out. My wife, my daughters, all went to the restroom. Well, they had this one woman, them folks, went in there too. She went in the stall, did whatever she had to do, according to what my wife and daughter said. She just got up out the stall and walked her happy self out of the bathroom. Now, this restaurant had this buffet, real nice looking buffet. My wife and daughter say, wait, before we touch anything, we need to see if she is trying to get anything or if she has been around here. Why are we talking and making that decision? Because you could have got the buffet or you could have got the menu. As we talking about it, guess who we look up and see in line trying to go get the buffet? Miss Pissy Hands. So we look and we just all staring at her. She's in line. She go grab a plate. She putting food and everything with her pissy hands. Well, people got to get their food. So she put her hands on the plates, spreading germs. She's grabbing utensils, putting food on here, spreading utensils on germs on everything that she's touching. When we saw that, we were so grossed out. So the waiters and them was like, hey, y'all get a buffet? You're like, no, we want the menu. And you say, oh, really? Because everybody really liked the buffet. Like, no. And we told the brother, that woman right there, she didn't wash her hands. And she putting her pissy hands all on the food. We are good. We just going to eat the menu. And that's what we did. Y'all got to be careful when y'all go eat out sometime, man. Now, look, if they want to be dirty out in their house, that's fine. That's their house. Have a freaking sewage if you want. But when it's in public, you nasty, nasty people. This is why sometimes people say they don't want to eat in restaurants. Because of people like that. They don't want to wash their doggone hands. So I feel this sister 100%, but shout out to her for going put game on everybody and telling them, no, hey, don't get that food if they up there. At least she cut them off. Now, if we would have got the food before that pissy hand woman over there, then I would have been okay with it. But I wouldn't have went back for another plate, that's for sure, when seeing her come through there. But my God, you could take, like they say, you take them out the cave, we can't get the cave out of them. Wash your doggone hands. We live in a civilized world. But let me know what y'all think about, what our sister had to say. We own it. We own their head about them washing their hands. That's so freaking nasty.